Good afternoon, good evening, or is it good morning? I'm Roger Gilbert. I'm reporting for Milling and Grain magazine, but also International Aquafeed, and I'm here in Mexico, actually in Cancun, attending the World Nutrition Forum, which is being held here for the first time in Latin America. And I'm in the company of Ricardo Pereira, who is the Precision Services Director, LatAm, for DSM. DSM acquired Biomin, which hosted the World Nutritional Forum up until this year. And I'm in the company of Ricardo, as I've said, and he is in the area for DSM looking after precision services. And my first question is, what is precision services?
Interesting. Precision service is something that is related to, if you want to continue producing animal protein, you have to take care of what is happening with the planet. Today, 17% of the whole emissions comes from the agribusiness. And we have to do something because we will continue to produce meat. We're going to continue to produce eggs, milk. So how we can be sustainable on that? And this area was created as a completely different business. It is a startup within DSM where we can measure how sustainable a farm is. And we give this number, which provides a good action plan for the farmer, where he is today, based on each of the ingredients that they are using to produce grains into meats, into proteins. This is something extremely interesting because it's based on life cycle assessment. And you have the life cycle assessment for each of the ingredients. And with this, you can settle a plan. And to be sustainable, the synonym for that is to be efficient on transforming grains into nuggets. If you can do this properly, you are more sustainable. And you can produce and increase your production for that because we will have this demand coming up. So this is exactly what this area does. Not only this, we have another area, another product, which is also a provider of information about precocious changes on the famous biomarkers. Do you do checkups, Roger?
Occasionally, yes.
Okay. Imagine that in your life, every year or every 6 months, you do a check on your blood. We are doing this with chicken. We collect chicken from birds and measure 20 different biomarkers to see what is happening here. But the animals are okay, they are healthy. But there are some deviations that were always invisible that we are bringing to the visible part to understand what is happening. This is another service that has a link with sustainability. As healthier the animals are, more sustainable they are also, because they are able to transform grains into meats. And this is another thing that we do. We make it and we provide a lot of information for the producers to say, fix this, improve that, you're facing that one. And this together with digital information. We must put digital on that because it's difficult to measure in populations like poultry, something with this. So if you have digital, you have information enough to match it, to use all the resources that you have today on artificial intelligence, mass data that you check in order to predict some of the issues that we generally face in animal production. And we are here exactly to show this. We are here to present to the region, which is the biggest exporter of animal protein in the world, what is in front of us, what is already there, to really understand how our customers can contribute or give their contribution to a planet that is going to continue to be viable by providing them information, where you are, what you should check, what you should adjust in order to continue producing and providing the social and healthy benefit of good food in your table. That's why we are here. This forum is always made in one of the regions of the world where the company is placed. Latin America was the one that was never had it. So it's the first time that we settled this here. The previous one was in Africa, in South Africa. The previous one was in Canada, in North America, in Singapore. So we always go to one part of the world to present it. We have customers from all around the world, around 800 people here producing animal protein or in some way investigating this. And this is not to talk about products, it's just to talk about trends, scientific trends. What is science showing to us that we can apply in the production environment to make it more efficient? That's mainly what we are doing here. The place is very beautiful, and we're going to enjoy this last 3 days.
Of course. And my question would be, we're at the start of the 3-day conference. What do you expect to get out of it specifically? What do you think the Latin industries will gather from having this hosted in this region?
The role that we have in the region is extremely diverse. You have some countries extremely advanced on animal production. You have some other countries that are facing and growing faster for that. We want to provide and share all the science that we have learned from the universities, from what we have researched, from the practice in the market, to really have a common sense and a common an available information for them to apply on their production, because the cycles are different. The countries are different on that. Many countries, Brazil started to have a huge poultry industry 60 years ago, and these last 60 years changed a lot. Other countries are in another stage. But as much as we can do, especially in a region where food is so important, where to afford for food of good quality is not that easy. As much efficient you are, the better is for everybody. So we have to produce everything on a very good cost basis, but at the same time with the high quality that made us the biggest exporter in the world.
Yeah. And on that note, I'd like to thank you very much for your thoughts there. I wish you all the best for the coming week, and look forward to having DSM host this World Nutrition Forum again in Latin America. But thank you very much, Ricardo.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Roger.
Thank you.
It was very good.